Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's the Falcons in control of the football as we rejoin the action in quarter number 3. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now Ryan on 2nd down. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. With the first touchdown of Super Bowl 53. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They'll throw it here. Etling. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A good pickup there, a 22. Time for a break. We're back to perhaps crown a champion after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go play action here on 1st down. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Odell Beckham, 38 yards. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there on 1st as a screen pass gets him 8. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who have had the receivers on lockdown.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll go down at the 28. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Etling. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Ohio! Now Etling. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. He's back to throw. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And he spikes it here with 35 seconds left. Back to throw. Connects with Sanu right side. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal.
Ready. 25.
He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
They'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Hooper with time running out. And the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we this wild fourth quarter. This is taking about 7 yards as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Flex round. Flex round. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. This one left side caught by Patterson. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Etling to throw. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that is incomplete. And an overtime playoff game, but the rules, they stay the same as they did in the regular season.
That's exactly right. Whoever scores first, unless it's a touchdown, the other team has a chance to match. That's how it really gets played out. But remember this, no matter how far we go in overtime, in the regular season, there was only one period. Here, we're going to go until we have a winner.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. Caught by Sanu. His second catch of the Super Bowl, and it's good enough for a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
And Jones has it over the middle. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Another nice job there defensively. They've really stymied their passing attempts, and it continues in overtime.
And for them to do that, that means they've had to be cohesive on defense. Pressure in the quarterback's face, good coverage of not just the wide receivers, but the tight end, the running backs when they try and slip out, and making sure they're at the point of attack. When the ball's in the air, they get there and help force some of those incompletions. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Freeman again. And an alley to run. Devontae Freeman. They're not going to get him. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
Wow, Charles, that doesn't just take points off the board. That takes a win off the board.
So now you have to regroup because you've gone from celebrating what you think is a win to trying to figure out how to do it again and make it a win.
Now Ryan. Sanu with a grab over the middle. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they take a 17-14 lead. Now remember, this one is not over, but with the time running short here in this overtime, that could very well be the game winner.
Yeah, remember now, the other team does get a possession, but when the clock runs out, that's it. So that was a well-calculated drive to use up the majority of the clock and leave your opponent with little to no time left.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here in OT. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
And the timeout coming in here with just 7 seconds remaining in the extra session. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw Etling. Open man, there is Patterson.